Hi guys, welcome to the channel. In today's video we will be continuing our manual retopology of our character, this time focusing on the head. This will be the final stage of our retopology. Woohoo! Then on to the armor and accessories. I wanted to give a quick shout out to Sultan Balan, who runs the channel Blender Art. He is a fellow character creation YouTuber who has a ton of great content on sculpting, texturing, hard surface modeling, rigging, and animation, you name it. He has a 17-part character modeling series that goes into awesome detail that I would highly recommend. Link to his channel is below. This video is a continuation of part 4, where we retopologized our character's hands and feet and attached them to the body. Okay, so getting started, I'm going to start by laying out some important primary loops around the eyes, the nose and mouth, the ears, and then the face. This method is based on a popular YouTuber's face retopology video, Danny Mac 3D, which is an incredible resource. I go back to it often. Link below to the video. The pacing and the editing of the video is some of the best I've seen on retopology. Check them out if you haven't already. Starting with the eye, just like we did with the body, I'm going to create 8 faces around. Then moving to the nose and mouth, another 8 faces like this. Then I'm going to connect these 2 faces here directly with auto merge on, and then make some small adjustments to have the outer loop of the eye actually go around the bottom of the eyelid rather than the top. Now to the mouth, I make 6 faces here so that I can line up the vertices along the bottom of the mouth with the ones on the chin. Then to the ear, back to making 8 faces. Try and have the edge loops set up like a cross, so you have 4 quadrants. Move the vertices so they go around the ear like this and not on the ear itself. Now extend 2 faces out like this, then create a loop around the whole face, from the forehead down to the chin. I'm trying to match the faces that I have already there, then connecting these faces up like this. There's some pretty bad stretching here, so I'm going to introduce some more control loops. Each time I add a control loop, I try and balance it with a symmetrical one. So to match with our new control loop on the jaw, I'll add another one here, and then a symmetrical one above. Now with the primary loops laid out, let's fill in some of the gaps we have. I'm going to start with the nose bridge and forehead, trying to make sure my edge flow matches my high poly sculpt as best I can. So I'm going to merge these two vertices so that I have the edge running from the corner of the eye to the top of the ear, and then now moving on to the cheek and lower jaw. I'm checking my control loops by pressing Ctrl R like we did for the hand to make sure nothing spirals out of control too much. I end up having way too many edges here when I get to this point, so I delete the vertices down along the chin, and then reroute them around so that the edge loop is contained on the face. It ends up giving me a little bit too many edges for my liking, but I just roll with it. Hopefully it shouldn't be too much of an issue if we animate the face. Then just spacing out the vertices a bit to ensure better uniform topology, which will help in our UV unwrapping and animating later. Now onto the head. I'm going to create two faces off the top of the ear like this, then wrap a band around the back of the head. Then I'll extrude faces down the middle from the forehead to the back, matching the vertices up with those along the band we just created. Then I'll fill everything in. Now down onto the neck. Again, trying to follow the edge flow of my sculpt along the jaw here. We need to connect up to the rest of the body, so here I'm just checking how far approximately I need to go out. Looks like we don't need to go any farther than this. A little trick from Danny Mac 3D's video is that to stop edge loops from running all around your body, you should make a little turn in your topology like this, so that they wrap back up around to the face and not down throughout the entire body. Okay, so this face is looking pretty stretched, so I'm going to add an edge loop to split it. To make sure things stay symmetrical throughout the mesh, I'm going to add edge loops on either side of the other quadrants of the ear. Then I'll space some of the vertices out again to get some better uniformity. Now onto the nose. We'll do 5 faces along the front and then along the bottom. I'll add in a control loop here so I can create some quads here and connect the nose. Then I'll add in another control loop here. To keep things symmetrical, I'll add control loops on the other sides and on the top, then just facing things up. Now I'm going to wrap this row of faces around the nostril and towards the middle, and then I'll fill in the middle gap. Then just more spacing out of the vertices for better uniformity. Now onto the nostril, adding a control loop and then filling in the gap like this. Here I'm checking that I have an even number of vertices around the mouth, as I was adding some control loops willy-nilly before to maintain quads around the nose. I add a few control loops on the bottom lip as faces are starting to look a little bit stretched out, and to hit an even number of 14. Here I'm checking that I've added control loops on each side of the cross for the eye, and it looks like I forgot a few, so I add them in now. This gives me an even number of vertices around the eye as well, which makes facing everything up as quads a little bit easier. Now onto the ear, just following the edge flow of the ear as best I can. I do end up miscounting as I connect things up here, which leaves me with having to create a couple of triangles. And then now the inside of the mouth, just running quads back and up and around to the top, then capping off the end when I get to the corner. Now on to connecting the head to the body. Like we did for the hand and arm, here I'm checking the number of vertices around the neck and then comparing it to the body to see how much I have to adjust. I wish I could say I planned it, but they end up matching, so I don't have to do any adjustments. If you do have a difference, just adjust like we did for the hand. And that's it. There you have it. Head is done, and we're done with the retopology. Woohoo! In the next video, we will start adding in some armor and accessories to kind of dress this guy up a bit. I'd love to see what you guys are coming up with. I just started a Facebook group where we can post our progress, ask questions, share resources and tutorials, and just show off our finished pieces. So drop by and jump in. Link below. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope it helped, and see you in the next one.